The great Roger Staubach once said, in any team sport, the best teams have consistency and chemistry. But do they really? And what exactly is team chemistry?
The Chicago Bulls, the 1998 NBA champion, and a team for the ages.
The Last Dance chronicled the Bulls dynasty, and while no one can question the consistency of the Bulls, the chemistry wasn't always a slam dunk.
Even going towards the locker, you see everybody is like pissed that things are not right.
We don't know how to act, because Scotty's one of our favorite teammates, one of our favorite people in the world. He quit on us, and that we couldn't believe that happened. It was devastating.
So how important is chemistry to a team's success?
And a manager and a player. Billy wants to get at Reggie. And is being restrained by, that's in full view of the crowd, being restrained by Yogi Berra and Elston Howard.
June 18th, 1977, Yankees manager Billy Martin and Reggie Jackson had to be separated in the Yankees dugout. But 4 months later,
the Yankees win their 21st World Series.
And perhaps it's a good thing that Billy never reached Reggie in the dugout.
Emotional and on the playing field, the way they came from behind.
At our core, we are totally social beings who are interdependent on each other. And that's the foundation of team chemistry.
Joan Ryan is a former sports writer and current consultant to the San Francisco Giants. She authored a book, Intangibles, Unlocking the Science of Team Chemistry and its impact on athletes, and inspired in part by a conversation with then Giants pitcher Jake Peavy.
And I said, so how would team chemistry even help you? And he said, my teammates bring out a fight in me I can't willingly summon for myself. And I thought, when he said that, I thought, that's it. That's it. And now I just had to research, well, why? What was going on that physically his teammates could summon this next level of performance and motivation that he couldn't summon for himself?
These two guys could summon plenty. Jeff Kent and Barry Bonds nearly coming to blows in the dugout is symbolic of their difficult relationship. But as it results to chemistry?
What Barry Bonds and Jeff Kent had, or these are guys, as you said, don't like each other at all, don't trust each other, don't respect each other off the field. On the field, they had incredible chemistry.
I remember walking into the Giants clubhouse. Kent was on the left-hand side, far apart from Barry Bonds on the right-hand side. And I, as a media member covering that baseball team, I felt the negative attitude sort of permeated that entire clubhouse. Was I wrong? Was that the media perspective looking into something that wasn't there? And was there good team chemistry within that clubhouse?
Yeah, and I felt the same way, Dennis. You know, I was in those clubhouses too. Once you really start digging deep into the actual dynamics of that clubhouse, if Barry Bonds was a Cancer, it would have diminished their performance. It didn't. And so Bonds was that guy that maybe wasn't the most popular guy to his teammates, you know, as we all know, but he was kind of on that island of misfit toys on his own. And the rest of the team had chemistry. They kind of get that genius exemption that everybody around them recognizes that they contribute so much to our end goal, to our purpose, that he is not going to diminish the rest of us. And you kind of just say, well, that's Barry being Barry. He gets under our skin, you know, he can annoy us, whatever. But nobody worked harder to win. Nobody worked harder to be in shape and was dedicated to the game, even if he wasn't dedicated to his teammates.
Clubhouse chemistry can actually change a player's mental outlook on baseball. Ryan devotes a chapter to Giants newcomer Aubrey Huff, who had never been on a winning team before signing a one-year deal with San Francisco in 2010.
He was kind of signed off the scrap heap when the Giants couldn't find anybody better. 1-year contract, you know, a fill-in, really, you know, a placeholder. And he walks in, you know, starts putting his stuff away and like taking a deep breath. Okay, I got to go around and shake hands with guys that may just stare at me like, you know, what are you doing here? And instead, before he could even finish putting his stuff away, Matt Cain shows up and, sticks out his hand. Hey, great that you're here. Welcome. Tim Lincecum shows up. I mean, one after another, they reach out to him and they just accepted him sort of unconditionally. And that sent him a message like, wow, okay, this is something a little different. And then, a few months go by where he's still got, his shield up. And then he hits that inside the park, the most unlikely inside the park home run ever.
And the first pitch is driven high and deep into right center field. Garrett Jones back. Garrett Jones off of archway number 7. Aubrey Huff on the move. Here he comes. They're going to wave him in. Here's the throw. Not in time.
Comes back into the dugout. And he's breathing so hard, and Panda comes by and, takes a towel and, kind of in a funny way, waves the towel to cool him off. And somebody else comes and gives him a glass of water, and they're all laughing. And he just never felt that sensation before of a team that welcomed him, trusted him. So he's feeling trustworthy by being trusted. So then his defenses start going down and he starts trusting back. And this culture of a clubhouse just was like a gravitational force that year. And it bent everyone, including Huff, toward each other and toward this singular purpose of winning against all odds.
Few predicted the Giants would even make the playoffs that year, let alone win the World Series. Joan argues it was a perfect case scenario for a team maximizing its talent through chemistry.
To be clear, chemistry can't manufacture talent. Chemistry can only take you as far as your talent will take you. What chemistry does is it makes the best possible team of the talent you have. Bochy called it his band of misfits. And he never tried to change those guys, and nobody ever tried to change anybody else. They accepted each other for who they are and got the best out of them.
Throughout history, television has captured turbulent moments between teammates, but there are other factors, less tangible, like the science and soul of team chemistry.
If you believe that your teammates make you better, if you believe this exact group at this exact time is exactly the right people to achieve this exact quest, man, that is a big, big motivator day in and day out.
Joan says it took her about 10 years of interviews and research to unlock the science of team chemistry. We'll be right back.